So, hello Utrecht, how are you doing? Queen and King of the Court. We are talking about the European Finals 2022, and we already started 2 days ago outside at the side courts, and we moved in yesterday at 5:30 and just have a view. What an amazing picture. Maybe if you're going to give a big hand to all these guys who are working on this amazing event, please clap the hands, a big, big applause for everything what's happening here this weekend. And then we're probably ready for
15 minutes after one round. The team with the least amount of points will leave. Round two exactly the same, but only with 4 teams. Last team eliminated. Then the top 3 teams play off for the golden ball. There's a king side, there's a challenger side, and you can only score points at the king's end. I think that makes sense, Rich.
It should, yeah, and if you forget that, the king side, or queen side, in this case, is highlighted by the golden tape.
The golden tape, there it is. You can see what a beautiful view. As we have a little look at the group stages, I mean, the first 2 we saw yesterday, Bruno Hubeli, I mean, they're a European Championship from last year. They also took a medal this year. Stammenschken, home favourites, one of the best teams in the world, bar none this year. But now we're in group stages C and D, and some great teams on the way.
Some great teams, yeah. We saw kind of the on-paper favorites go through with the golden ball yesterday, which isn't always the case here. That's what's so fun about this format.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, from Estonia, Helena Hollas and Elisa Soomets, who qualified 25th seed. What a week for Estonia. They have a team in the men's and now a team in the women's as well. So there's Hollas and Soomets. They will be in yellow.
Team Belgium, van Deun and Lisa Vonder.
Well, Jade van Deun and Lisa Vonder. Or Vonder woman, as we called her last year, if I remember rightly, Richie. Coming back in to Sam from Belgium. Remember, only the top 3 teams guaranteed a place in the quarterfinals. 5th place will play in the 5th place playoff. 4th place will go into the playoff tomorrow. Well, Carla Borger, usually playing with Julia Sudder, Richie, but today playing with Chantal Laboureur, who's just announced her retirement, so this will be her last queen of the court. Sad day, but what a servant for the sport.
It's her Auf Wiedersehen event.
Nicely done.
25 years old, Helland-Hansen.
And a team we know very well from Norway, son of a Helland-Hansen. Comes out first. And Norway very, very solid in the men's side of the game, but the Olimstad coming out second of all. And Sonova took a 9th place in the challenger event in Turkey, but they're a main draw team for sure. Talking of a challenger event, this is a team from the Netherlands. They'll get a warm round of applause, but they actually won in Agadir this year, so Speaking to them earlier on, they said they struggled at the first half of the season, but they really found their system and their way, and to win challenges nowadays, certainly not easy.
No easy task. That's kind of just underneath the elite events. So a challenger win is certainly an unbelievable thing to put on your resume.
First card is a
Well, the card's being drawn to see who will start at the Queen's end. Axel down there giving it the big one on the mic, as we will head down to Julius Brink throughout this. Another Olympic gold medalist, not just you, Richie, who's the Olympic gold medalist. Julius down there as well. Well, surely this has got to be the Queen, no?
They're going to start from the challenging side, from this side.
It's not a bad place to start.
So we figure out what Norway is doing. Who's going to get the Queen?
Olimstad takes the Queen.
Team Norway. And finally, we just want to show that we've got a complete card set. It's the Jack for the team.
Of course, Queen the card to draw for on the women's side, and King the card to draw on the men's side. But then you, after, that's just for the first round, correct? And then after that, you earn your way onto the
correct. The winner of the previous round takes the first spot. Well, there you go. Borger, Laboureur, Helland-Hansen, Olimstad, Piersma, Driel, Vonder, Vonder, and Van Deun, and Hollas and Soomets are our teams to start off here. Norway starting as the Queens, and they've had a great year pushing through the challenges. They're actually meant to be in the qualifier this week, but did get bumped up into the main draw. And one place you wouldn't want to be for Queen and King of the court is in the qualifiers beforehand, because it's a tough game anyway, let alone in the qualifier.
Norway, sorry about that.
It's a tough game in the main draw.
And it showed this week that Edgar's Toch got knocked out in the first round of the qualifier with his new junior partner, Volleyball. So there's no Edgar's Toch here, but Carla Borger will get us underway. I mean, what a great career she's had and is currently having. Germany in black, Norway in blue, and one thing that Carla Borger does do well is serve.
2, 1, let's play!
Traditional blocker on this German team, so they'll be pretty fun to watch. You imagine they'll try and go for some trickeration, but
sorry.
Hey. I'm sorry, excuse me? What was that?
Chantal Laboureur just makes a big deep dive into the cross court of... Actually, funny enough, we were here last night, for those who weren't watching, and Clemens Winkler, defender, came in and made an unbelievable block. Saw him yesterday, it's like, how did you enjoy it? He said, I think I really enjoy blocking. Yeah. Not surprised.
And we're just gonna fix it as it was the first rally.
Right, slight pause. The clock hasn't even started yet, so maybe just some teething problems.
For the winner.
So first of 4 sessions today. We have a men's session after this one where Anders Mol, Christian Sorum have never won King of the Court. So they've won everything else in the World Beach Volleyball, Olympic gold medals, World Championships, European Championships, you name it, they've done it. Schmedin's also in that pool. And Schmedin's with Arturs Rinkiewicz. No Sasha Smoilovs this week. Heinrich Dillier, Adrian Heinrich, and then Matthew Immers and Ryan Reynolds. Mark van Werkhoven, one of your favourites, Richie.
Still, one team has got 21 points, but more we have to take care about running down the clock. And we have a technical issue, we're gonna take care of that. And then
always exciting when we start the day off with a little bit of technical wrinkle.
Yeah.
A lot of rain overnight, you know, you wonder if it muddled up the electronics.
Coming from a man that wouldn't know much about wrinkles either. Just a couple of slight technical hitches before starting, and which gives us a chance to talk about the draw. I mean, yesterday we saw some really good performances from Stamenschken especially. We also saw Brunner Hubeli. There have to be 2 of the main teams that we have to look out for. I think also Borger and Laboureur could be a very good team when it comes to siding out throughout this competition.
Yeah, not a normal partnership too, so there's always that element of, I don't know, extra fun because you have no expectations really.
You haven't spent the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in each other's pockets.
That's right, yeah. Got that honeymoon phase.
Interesting to see how Piersma and Driel go this year after, or this week, sorry, after that impressive performance in the challenges. I mean, Driel is somebody who took a second place here in 2020. There is Chantal Laboureur, whose decision to walk away from the sport, a sad one for many. From any other nation would have played at the 2016 and the 2021 Olympic Games if there weren't 2 other German teams in the top 16 in the world. And in turn, we say goodbye to her, but I reckon she'll be back in some capacity. She's certainly very sad to be leaving the game, and she's going traveling actually, which sounds like fun when you've spent the last 10 years or so living out of a suitcase playing on the World Tour.
Yeah. We shouldn't be sad to see her go. We should be happy that we got to see her play, right, Louis?
You're some man for one man, I tell you.
Yeah, in all seriousness, though, she's been an elite player for quite a long time. Yeah, and it just kind of speaks to the depth of the German Volleyball Federation, right? That she didn't make Olympic Games because they have so many good teams.
She's an unbelievable player. Always has been. Good results in Stad. And
that you have the best dancer standing up there. The DJ who came all the way from Germany from Hamburg.
There's the block early on, that little late step into the angle. Now you see it, now you don't.
We're going to explain the people later on. But maybe you can push, by the way, the button.
Right, Rich, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You look like on the edge of your seat over there.
It's a very small seat. Either that or I have a large posterior.
What will happen if there's going to be a blocking point?
Bit of both, maybe.
Yeah. Scoop of each.
The royal block. We can give up the arms and then just show the royal block. Is there another button you have?
Okay.
Like the spike. Let's do this.
Here comes up. Here comes up. Here comes up.
Fortunately, and not to jinx us, but one of the technical issues we're not facing is a shutdown of the DJ, because that would be traumatic.
Yeah, the DJ's been running things already for the last 24 hours, but I mean, under the lights last night, it's pretty special. We do know that being here in Utrecht, I mean, my 3rd time, I think your 4th time, Richie, that it's pretty special when the lights go off and the DJ's giving it everything he's got. And the crowd certainly come in. I know that you were shocked. You mentioned it 500 times that this place was packed on the Wednesday.
Yeah, it was great to see. And it's mid-afternoon here. We got people filing in for the early rounds. Will no doubt increase as the day goes on, the night goes on.
Well, I'm going to start having a swing at that one. You can see her warming up. There's some of the Helland-Hansen. 25 and 21-year-olds Norway, and I mean, they're steered by a friend of ours, the J-Train.
The J-Train.
If you're watching. Oh. The Vikings obviously forming such an incredible movement in the beach volleyballing world at the moment. And there's somebody, one of the officials down there is giving it some big dance moves on the line judges. Just there in the background on the left. There you go, on the main picture. Come on cue. There it goes. There goes the head. Yep. What do you reckon's coming next, Rich? When it drops. Another sign that the DJ's doing a great job. There.
There's our guy.
Has no idea, though.
5 seconds off the clock.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Little flare, little flare.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, 5 seconds was attributed to that first play. And we're back.
That's it. Still zeros on the board, so there wasn't a point for Norway. Carla Borger, lovely over the top. Good spot, nice high arm from Carla Borger, and Borger, Laboureur off the mark. Okay, that's a bit tight, the set, so the knuckles out, and the knuckles seems to be good. Oh, car crash.
Chantal gets trucked on the way through. An impromptu game of rugby broke out on the side change.
It's a really nice defensive touch, and it's a nice put away as well from Lisa van der Vonder.
Good first look at Belgium there.
Yeah, they've had some podiums on the Futures Tour this year. Second place in Giardini Nachos in a couple of months ago. As the Futures Tour has been whistling around Europe, 10 or so events has been carnage.
Carnage.
But excellent carnage all the same. They're on 2 already as Van Deun gets dug. Great chase. That one's not coming over, surely.
That would have been a monumental effort to get that back over from the end line.
How are these teams looking at this? Do they want to do their business early? I mean, get in front and happy days, or is a few on the scoreboard okay? How would you be viewing this as a coach?
Yeah, this one is an interesting format to try and coach, but I certainly think that this first round, you got to kind of get your feet wet a little bit, feel out your game, your side-out game, and kind of how you want to get to the queen side, right? Meaning your service and defense game. And we talk about it a lot. It's just a matter of surviving this first round and kind of hopefully building to a crescendo by that third round.
Absolutely. That was a great set from Shanti a moment ago. And then she's going with the left-handed knuckle. I mean, nobody's really setting up for the left-handed knuckle from a right-handed player. So if you execute it and you execute it well, you're probably going to score. Boy, that's a very nice shot. Nothing bad at all that from Maxime van Driel, but too hot to handle from Shanti. Chases on, Germany catching some fire here, and you might see them get to a certain point and then decide to get back down the serving end, I guess.
On the queen side.
Yeah, that is something it would be interesting to quiz the players about, right? Do they get, you know, Chantal and Carla on 7 now? Do they feel like they're comfortable and maybe try and conserve a little bit of energy?
Yeah, well, the main thing for all of these teams is to come top 3. So we're going to lose the bottom-ranked team, which could be one of 3 at the moment, one of 4. You'd say that Borger and Laboureur are healthy at the moment. It's a really good arm from Helland-Hansen, gets through it, but at the same time, Laboureur gets back well. Carla Borger says, that might be a little bit of my bad. That's the longest stay overall so far. Laboureur also says, my bad. They really are in the honeymoon phase if they're both taking accountability and not blaming each other.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been what we were talking about. They were just looking to end points quickly and or, you know, take their medicine if they didn't get it done, because Carla went with the on-1.
Oh, another one into the angle. Olimstad stopped. I think 2 double-ups in succession. There you go. On Norway. And those late moves causing some issues.
Yeah.
Okay, Dutchies.
German girls in the serve. The Dutchies need the points. They were still with a 0 on the
Teardrop.
They're not finished, are they?
One teardrop.
At the same time, okay, whatever I was about to say is not relevant anymore as Germany leave the Queen's End, so I shall keep it to myself. Chance though. No avail, Hollas and Soomets. I mean, great effort last couple of days. The qualifier took 2 days to complete as well. There are 2 qualifying rounds. I mean, that's 3 times that Norway have got themselves to the Queen's End and 3 times they've been beaten. But good news is there's still 9:31 on the clock. 4 Norwegian teams in this competition with 3 on the men's side, 3 moles.
And maybe now the check.
Koremol told me this morning that he's actually going home tomorrow. And I was thinking that it must be for some peace and quiet as everybody's competing.
Look at this rundown. Oh no. Oh no. Unbelievable gift from Chantal, and then trying to be a little cute there, Carla.
That's a mistake that you can make with 8 points on the board.
Yeah, very true. You can try out some stuff. Got a little bit of a lead.
Piersma. Big rip. Sat in the pocket. Norway are very good at getting themselves down the Queen's End. They're going to do it again here. Very good spread offense in transition. Not always easy to do. Spread the play once you make a dig.
And that was a heck of a dig from Maxime, but couldn't quite control it all the way.
Smart play. Helland-Hansen gets the point of view from Olimstad. Unfortunately, that ball a little bit off the net, a little bit underneath the ball maybe, but the arm can't quite come through, and because of that, well, Norway off the mark, but at the same time, still some work to do. Good work.
And that's how it works with a great block.
Estonia.
Yeah, nice move into the angle there from Hollas.
Knowing for Novak Tiza, who are here in this competition, Estonia. They're doing great at 4th place in Jurmala. Also very well known for Rivo Vesic. Rivo Vesic, one of the world's premier teams yesteryear, but now Rivo very much in the coaching world, having worked with Russia and now back in Estonia. If you are watching, welcome to you. That's a little bit tight, but Laboureur is high enough with the knuckle to make it look easy.
Just 2 veterans playing together. They're not a usual partnership, as we mentioned, but there is kind of a smoothness to their game, right? They just kind of speak that universal volleyball language.
In this round, 9 points to Germany.
Sorry. Right on cue, Rich.
Maybe Carla called for the back set in some other language.
Yeah, maybe. The universal volleyball language. Oh, good dig. Net touch, though, will mean Belgium back to the challenger's end. Later on in the women's competition, we're lucky to have Anouk Verchet-Depri and Menja Bentele. Finland taking part in their first ever Queen of the Court, and also Plune Ypma and Emmy van Driel, who won in Hamburg. So that'll be interesting as well. But Jagoda Ruszczynska and Alexandra Vacevic came through to qualify. Vacevic, I think, is in the USA, Rich, if I'm not mistaken. Playing for Poland.
Could be right.
Serve, long angle. Out the back. Oh, that's a great serve to the sideline. Piersma under some problems. Goes with like a hybrid contact to the back of the court, but that one doesn't pan out. But Belgium had good representation. Van Vonder's been here before. And also Coca-Cola and Van Waller, one of King of the Court's favourite teams. Got to 5 minutes. Borger, Laboureur, are going pretty well here, Richie. They'll be through to the next round, but the question is, who's going to join them? Because it's about as open as it can get.
Yeah, it is Germany and then everybody else. It's anybody's ball game with a 2-2, 2-1 on the board for the rest of the group.
Well, we are very lucky not only to have Richie here, but also Olympic gold medalist from the 2012 Olympics, world champion, European champion, the man himself down there, Julius Brink. Julius, welcome. How are you? It's great to see you. It's great to have you back.
Oh, boys, thanks, and it's awesome to listen to you and seeing Germany in the lead. So quite a lovely afternoon. I mean, did you read about the forecast? Like, everyone came up with rain clothing, and now what a bright, wonderful afternoon. But questioning back, what is your prediction? Who's gonna fail in the first round, boys?
Good question, Julius. I'm going to hand that over to Rich Lambour, my buddy over here.
You're going to have to repeat the question for me, as I cannot hear Julius.
You cannot hear Julius?
I cannot.
His question was to who do you think's going to leave the competition?
Who do I think is going to leave the competition here? That is, I think...
Or come fifth place.
Journalistic neutrality prevents me from giving an answer there, right?
Well, you have it there, Julius, if you're still with us. Richie has no idea. Well, service on to Laboureur on the right side. I mean, for as long as I've known Shanti and as long as I've seen her play volleyball, I know that she's a competitor, so imagine they're just going to want to keep siding balls out.
Oh yeah, if we're talking about who's going to win this entire round and take the golden ball, I would put my money on Germany for sure. But as far as who's going to leave in this first round, I don't know the answer to that, especially as Germany keeps rolling here. It's tough to even get over to the Queen's side against them for a chance to get out of the cellar.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is what if they don't win because they've just exhausted themselves in the first 15 minutes? I mean, that's a trick out of my book. 100 miles an hour for 2 minutes.
All right. Well,
playing beach volleyball, and then job's good.
We'll all pretend that you can keep 100 miles up for 2 full minutes.
Here we go. Norway. Great swing to the seam. At the same time, it's just as good a dig as Vonder.
And all these
tries to chew through one, but unfortunately only finds the net this time. So chance here for Norway. Olimstad, yeah, there you go. Now they're starting to find their rhythm. They had their chances early on, didn't they? And a couple of early blocks on Olimstad, but some nice play. And the variation they have in their offense is really quite nice. That time doesn't quite work out as the set's a little bit too tight, but at the same time, you might just think that with 2:17 on the clock, that Norway have done enough to get themselves into the next round, because, well, 2 other teams have got to get above 5 to beat them. Remember, if scores are tight, it goes down to the longest stay, stays in. Oh, Carla Borger. Last 2 minutes of the opening round of the day here then in Utrecht.
Carla finding a rock deep in the sand, which is unfortunate.
Oh, backspin knuckle, they'll take that all day. Looking for a net touch, Maxime Van Driel here.
I think the ball got the top of the net as she laid the knuckle on it.
There's also a chance here for Belgium at the moment. As it stands, they'll be happy to be down the Queen's End. Business time, really, last 3 or 4 minutes of this competition.
Yeah, and it's getting critical here for Holland. Crowd favorites, of course, sitting on 1.
Too true.
Netherlands with 1 point.
They're going to have to try their hand against the Germans, who have put up 15 points in their first round together.
I mean, this is a big chance, but will Laboureur go for glory? Yes, she will. Net touch on Van Driel. Van Driel, who's taken a second place in this competition before. Yes, when it was a world competition as opposed to just a European continental competition. I say just as European Championship, so the stature's actually got way bigger, and the odds very much against the Netherlands here. I mean, 18 points in the opening round shows the world-class pedigree of Borger and Laboureur, but I would be very surprised if they keep this up.
8, 7.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday, though. We saw teams be solid start to finish across all 3 rounds. We saw it from the Swedish jump setting kids. We saw it from the curly-haired rat.
The rat. Maybe I've had 3 people come up to me about that. Even the Swedes. David Arman was like, I love that you guys called him the rat. Were you, Richie?
Yeah. What else would you call him?
Well, it's unfortunate for the Dutch. You could hear the Belgium fans in the crowd cheer because I think they just snuck through tension. Because you don't want to come 5th ideally. Piersma and Van Driel mean they have to come back out later tonight for 1 round of 15 minutes, and only the winner of all the 5th places of that pool go through, so it's pretty complicated from there. There they are in the crowd at the moment. It's disappointment for them. They're going to have to do it the very, very hard way, because even if you win the last place playoff later, that only puts you into the playoffs for everybody in 4th place to then get through to the quarterfinals. So it certainly helps to make top 3.
Yeah, it's nice in that your tournament isn't over, but you've just assured yourself a very difficult road should you hope to come back.
We have to give for you guys. Thanks a lot.
Well, it looks like we're about ready to go down court side with Julius, but we're just waiting for our players.
There was a stone in the court.
Right, Julius is ready for us now.
Thanks, Louis. I mean, it's always difficult to talk after these 50 minutes. I mean, it's brutal, as you know it. It's king of the court. What was missing today? What would you do better if you would keep on going? And as you all know, you're still in the playoffs, so you can make another time. What has been missing today?
And we would have the teams on the court starting with round 2. And this is our countdown. 3, 2, 1, and let's play.
That we normally have, that wasn't there.
As we just had a little bit of technical issues. Tell me one more time, what was missing today in the first 15 minutes?
The energy and the aggression that we normally have when we are playing the game.
I mean, if the German team actually pairing up in that combination, how difficult is that? They scored 15 points, so they're going to block a lot of time on the queen side.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite.
The Germans in that combination blocked a couple of minutes on the queen side. How difficult is it to kick them out?
Yeah, if they get a lot of time on the queen side, then our chances on the queen side get more important. And yeah, we didn't take that chances. So yeah.
So good luck in the second chance then. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Julius. Always great to have our Julie down there court side. I mean, providing some real good depth and getting some real good answers from the athletes. Not quite getting the energy, not quite finding it early doors, and obviously Germany occupying that queen's end for such a long time. And I mean, this is the big one for Germany, and they've just started how they finished.
Yeah, I mean, they're rolling. They're clearly the favorites in this group. They just seem to be in wonderful side-out rhythm right now. Scrapping, kind of 2 natural defenders, right? So they keep everything off the sand, it seems like, and just give themselves chance after chance after chance.
Both great servers as well, which, if anything, will help the fact that you might not have a blocker at times. Managed to serve him out of rhythm, make a defense, happy days.
I was gonna say, one of the ways you know the DJ's just crushing it is that it's always so hard for our players to hear Julius in the interviews. They have to deal with the thumping bass.
And at the same time as Julius is talking to them, their brain's trying to take in the fact that this is a really good remix of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I know if Julius was interviewing me, I would have a hard time understanding the questions because he's so gosh darn handsome. You know what I mean? It'd be hard to focus.
Part of the Hansen men's club for sure, Julius Brink.
For the Germans, now Team Estonia, keen on getting their first points.
Well, great serve, great camera angle this one. And a chance for Norway, back set, make it difficult for the blocker and then play the line as the blocker doesn't quite get across to seal the line.
Norway, Sunniva and Emily collecting probably their first.
You did get a great look at all the lateral movement from that camera angle, didn't you?
It is.
See the angles of the approach lines, see absolutely everything you need to know about this wonderful game and incredible concept. Oh, a little dummy run. Oh, and another block. Well, Chantal's getting some good blocks for a defender.
The tournament's best blocker so far.
Yeah, currently playing with Sarah Schultz. I mean, Germany have some great young prospects. Fenja Müller, someone else who's playing really well on the Beach Pro Tour with Sinja Tillman. Took that top four finish in the World Champs. Also won in Ostrava this year.
Sinja Ninja.
You just make that up.
No, I think that's her Instagram handle.
Really?
I don't know where that came from. I didn't make it up. I heard it somewhere, but I like it.
Yeah, I was going to say, well done.
Great cover from Vonder.
Why play? Oh, cut shot, teardrop, somewhere in between maybe.
Teardrop. It's like when I have to part company with you, Louis. Just one single teardrop.
Of joy. Great swing. Swings up on it. I mean, it's probably the right decision when you're caught underneath the ball a little bit to hammer deep into the angle. It's a great set. Still, Estonia looking to get on the board at the moment. Borger, Laboureur, finding it easier to side out than not. Chance for Belgium. Van der Vonderwoman sends one to the line. Okay.
Nice little line shot there with the platter.
Oh, ripping the sharp one from son of a Helland-Hansen.
And I love the confidence in the hand setting from Olimstad there in transition. High spinny dig, she just breaks the hands out.
Okay, big opportunity here for Estonia. From the left side, big gun into the angle. Gives them a chance here with, we're not quite halfway through this second round, but at the same time, they will want to be getting a few points on the board to feel secure come break time. Never makes a great break.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Just an overhand dig, came out with no spin.
We're going to have some stats for you later on this week on quite fun stuff, side out percentages, sort of It's going to be a bit like poker at times, Richie. We're going to be able to see what the probability of teams scoring are in the Queens and King end, so it'll be pretty fun.
And that will be fascinating because it's another element to this game. You know, there's a lot of, it's a new concept, as we've said, relentlessly. And so there's a lot of still figuring out what the best tactics are, what kind of some of those numbers are that you need to shoot for in order to be successful in this format. So I'm very curious to see things like side-out percentages, especially of the teams that are most successful.
Absolutely. Oh, again, Borger deep into the angle.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Norway go, no, we never touched it.
Yeah.
There was no touch on that block.
It was on the defense, right?
I was in the defense.
Yeah.
Get down to the Queen's end.
That's why Sonova was already back at the service line and kind of sheepishly took the Queen's side because she knew she touched that on the way by.
And then they make some points. But this game, like, let's not beat around any bush here, Richie. This game is, okay, a lot about skill, but there's a huge element of luck when it comes to King of the Court, that things have to go your way at certain times, and then you have to make the most of it.
Right, yeah, I mean, certainly luck is a factor.
Correct, yeah.
But I would almost say it's more about capitalizing on an opportunity should it present itself, right? So, I mean, there may be a little bit of luck in getting some of those opportunities,
yeah,
but really the capitalization, the execution becomes so critical.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Just trickles it past the block. Sort of half a cut shot. I mean, one thing we see from this team is variation. We see another dummy run from son of the Helland-Hansen, so they're looking like she's going to run the back set and then getting out to the pin and beating the blocker for speed. That's exactly what that play is designed to do. Beat the blocker for speed and okay.
It's tricky. I mean, our DJ's killing it, but I think he might have missed an opportunity to throw some run DMC. It's tricky.
Absolutely. I think DJ's two in the mix zone at the moment. It was tricky. People think they're putting a nice game together. I think we said this to Hamburg, Rich, didn't we? That they're putting a nice offensive game together. Difficult to play against, lots of different looks and lots of different variations of play.
Yeah, and I think for them, again, it's the same for everyone, I suppose, but it's just about execution because they have so much movement, so much variety in that offense. And if they execute at a high level, they're very, very dangerous. But if they make some mistakes here and there, they kind of hamstring themselves just a little bit.
Oh, that set's tight. Carla Borger is there, though. Shanti chips onto the sideline. That's a really nice swing from Laboureur. And in turn, they have 10 on the board. There's less than 5 on the clock. It's a 5-minute break. And just like we saw in the opening round, Germany, yes, we don't see this pair play together usually, but they look like a match made in heaven for this round and for this competition. Julius, I mean, Germany look unstoppable at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, correct. So gives me freedom that you're watching the same bracket as I do. No, but I mean, if there's one team, no matter if it's Germany or any other, that also means staying up to 10 or 15 points in 15 minutes, like not letting any other team getting a rhythm. That could be a factor that you might talk about now in the last 4 minutes and 53 seconds, because I've seen Norway a bit more improving after that discussion with that touch or no. I think that was a bad decision by referee, but not blaming him. But in that moment and that fire, you could see that these two teams might making it up to the final, knowing that they are the strongest and leading teams here in the bracket. But all the others, they need to find rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're right, Norway improving really quickly. And that's another play to the line from son of the Helland-Hansen. I mean, that's a great point, Richie, that Julius makes. I mean, it might be exhausting being down the Queen's end, but at least you're stopping the other teams from getting any rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're theoretically anyways, just adding to your own rhythm, right?
Well, it looks like Norway is certainly warming. I mean, if you look at this Norwegian performance so far, there's had to be a fair amount of patience. Something we talk about a lot in Queen and King of the Court is the patience factor. And now, because of that patience, it looks like they're finding their rhythm. And they'll be quite happy to be on 9 points, because I think it's between Belgium and Estonia to see who goes through. But first of all,
9 or 10 points could be enough.
good knuckle. What a great bit of work that is from Van Deun and Van der Vonder. Free ball, but it's for Germany. Estonia still looking to get their way back into this game. Remember, if you come 4th place, so if you're out in this pool, then you join the playoff round tomorrow.
Well, we're digging for buried treasure. That's a new wrinkle that Wilco implemented this year. They buried small doubloons of gold in the court, and if you find them, you get to keep them.
You get the golden ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Genius. Never short of an idea, that man, Wilco. Done an incredible job getting this competition on once again, and making a real feeling of a tour about it as well. Finals will be in Doha. That was a good run last year. I enjoyed Doha.
Yeah, it was very nice. The Aspire zone there. I aspire to be there again later this year, really.
I also aspire to be there later this year. And it was a perfect setting and a bit of winter warmth, which never goes amiss. But obviously I'm sat next to a man that lives in California, so.
Yeah.
50-50 at the net goes away of Olimstad. Obviously, there is the J Train and the coach of the team. Also, the lead figures with Matthias and Henrik, who we'll see later on in the last pool of the day. Knuckle over the top from Olimstad.
Everybody's got clappers, or you even got your hands.
Well, Henrik Moll
the last 1.5 minutes. Here we go.
and Matthias Bernstein in the same pool as Day Kuzmikov from Israel, Bielikos Bartrain from England, Friedel Valler, Philly Valler coming out tonight, and then Brouwer Newson. Imagine underneath the lights, Netherlands at home. Should be a pretty special evening.
Yeah, we saw them playing with different partners in Hamburg earlier in the year. That was certainly fun, but they're a ton of fun to watch in their normal pairing as well.
Oh, left hand.
Lefty, yeah.
How's your left hand on the ball, Rich?
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, my right hand is questionable, for Christ's sake.
1 minute remaining.
Yeah, my left hand is questionable, my right hand rubbish.
The green side.
Back on one. Here we go. This is huge for Estonia. They get themselves down. They need 3. I think you can hear maybe Novak Tizar cheering for their girls out there at the moment, but no, that was only a continuation off the top of the hands. So they're out for the time being, and I think that means they will go to the playoff round, and our top 3 has been decided. 20 seconds on the clock. That was huge for Belgium to knock Estonia out. Quite literally knock Estonia out for the time being, and Belgium will get their way into the final 3, and it means that we will see all 3 of those teams in the quarterfinal. Carla Borger tries to show us a little cross before we're ripping it back to the line. Tomahawk back, and there's 13 points this round for the German pairing. They win it. Smiles, although they have been eliminated for the time being, we will see this team back tomorrow in the playoff round, Rich.
Yeah, so again, same as the team out in 5th. they're going to have a more difficult road, but at least they don't have to navigate the sudden death 5th place finisher playoff. Hope's still alive, and they're Estonian boys cheering them on there.
The CLE dancers. Here we go.
This guy anxiously awaiting the dancers.
Getting up their position, and that's the first and last time we're going to see them today. So the applause was a little bit calm. Come on, give them a big hand, please.
Well,
here we go. Big applause for the girls.
Sounds like we're ready for Julius Down courtside. Let's see what the girls from Estonia have to say.
That's another time an interview after being kicked out, but I can see some smile in your face. How much did you enjoy the show today?
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was our first time playing the King of the Court, and yeah, we came here with no expectations, so we're having fun here.
It seems like going to a deeper talk, Germany has been leading the show in the 250 minutes. How difficult was it for you to get access as at the end you still have that 0 on your scoreboard?
It was kind of difficult because we couldn't serve good enough, lots of mistakes and no chance to get to the other side, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we all know there's the playoff round. How much are you hoping for that, and what are you doing better in there?
Yeah, definitely. We want to play and we're really happy that we are here. So we're going to play as good as we can.
Good that we have the playoffs. Good luck in there. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we want to know who's going to take it off. If there's one team.
Well, last round, Germany, surprise, surprise, starting at the Queen's end, having won the previous round, and that means their challengers are Norway having come second. I mean, those two will be battling it out. The question I have is whether Germany will have enough in the tank to get 15 on the board. Remember, it's either 15 minutes or 15 points that we're looking for here.
Yeah, with only 3 teams in this final 15 minutes, your turn comes up quickly. So fatigue does become a little bit of a factor.
And for sure, on the fatigue radar, Belgium will probably have the most energy left in them because they haven't spent as much time at the Queen's end as of late, but they're still gonna have to work really hard to get down there. DJ again, doing bits.
Your favorite play, the knuckle pokey, Lou.
It is. You can change direction with speed with it. You can go over the top with it. There's not really much you can't do. I saw Youssef Crew earlier on and I was asking him about it. All round one of the nicest guy you're ever going to bump into, whilst getting lunch, by the way.
Yeah, that's a look at the end of the play, but the get right before that by Carla Borger was unbelievable.
Well, one on the board for Norway as they make their way down to the Queen's End. Maybe there's a chance to take this golden ball. Nice and aggressive with the pass. Maybe, I mean, that's the sort of passing that I actually quite like, because it's so aggressive that if you miss, at least the game's still in front of you, you're still in rhythm, you can make a great decision. Better to miss tight than miss off.
Yeah, it depends a little bit, of course, on your partner's setting prowess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, if they're good at pulling that ball kind of away from the net and setting you where you want to be, like we saw Sunniva do there, then it's all good. We're thumping early today.
Well, imagine it tonight.
Yeah, it's thumping Thursday here in Utrecht.
Okay, we're going to make that one stick. There you go, doubling up in the line. Carla Borger says, my bad, maybe she didn't release back into the angle like she said she's going to do. Maybe there was a miscommunication. We probably will never know the full story, but we can try. It's a great dig from Vonder, to be fair.
It was a great dig, yeah, exhorting her partner.
We've already said goodbye to Emma Piersma, Maxime van Driel. They'll be back tonight. I mean, after the final men's session, there'll be that one 15-minute round. Great play, good wide set from Helland-Hansen. Beats the blocker, hangs out for a little bit as well.
Yeah, that was a heck of a swing. And they're really finding their rhythm here.
Yeah.
Halfway home with 11 and a half to go.
How many times do we see that? It's not about playing your best volleyball in the first round in this format of the game. About biding your time for when it really matters.
Yeah, late into that first round, they were still kind of in the danger zone, right? But really found a nice rhythm in the second round and are continuing that here.
Again into the angle. And there you go. 9 on the boards for Norway. They're playing really nicely. Over the top this time. They think they've... Oh, hang on. Carla Borger's gone to our dancing line judge who said the ball was out.
Yeah.
Dancing line judge went up with the flag. Referee said no, the ball was in.
Yeah, maybe that was just part of his dance moves because that ball looked like it was clearly on the line.
I mean, you can get stuck in the point where you're just focused on the music and trying not to jam, that you take your eyes off the prize for a moment. Oh, high over the top, but that one has gone out. Germany do get their chance. They're a long way behind, but 10 minutes is enough time. I mean, Helland-Hansen and Olimstad have been sensational so far in this last 15-minute round. Variation of their play. Laboureur goes away from the body nicely. A nice extension of the arm, Richie.
Yeah, a little look away too. Fully facing into the angle. That was nicely done.
Laboureur. Oh, previously went deep to the line, facing the angle, as Richie said. This time, just turns it back to the short line quite late. Serves just going astray for Norway. Just speeding up the play, and there's a block. Okay. Belgium. Richie.
Yeah, they need to get going here.
Name your top favorite things about Belgium. 3.
My top favorite things about Belgium?
Top 3 favorite things about Belgium.
I mean, I'm gonna end up saying just all the basic stuff, right? Waffles and...
Yeah, good start though.
Chocolate.
Yeah. Not a drinker, Richie, are you? Beer's good.
I'm not a drinker. So I would say the city of Brussels. Not so much their sprouts.
That's and Tom Van Moller and Gijs Kogelkoren somewhere on that list.
Yeah, I'm just the city of Brussels. I'm kidding. I'm going to amend that. The
Bruges?
city of Mosaic.
You played in Mosaic?
I played there, yeah. Just over the Dutch border, actually.
High off the hands of Carla Borger. And that was a really good swing. Helland-Hansen and Olimstad doing a bit of work down there, but can't get over the line. But at the moment, they look like the favourites to take the golden ball. I mean, neither of their opposing teams will mind too much. A golden ball is a very nice thing to take away with you, but the most important thing, I think, is that they will be going through to the quarterfinals where they can have a little bit of a charge at glory.
Yeah, just important to get through this. Oh, how about that?
Yes, the reverse knuckle. That's my favorite swing.
That's the favorite?
The favorite of the favorites, yeah. Lots of different types of knuckles, you know?
Yeah, that was well executed right there. Little creativity, little flair.
I feel like the J-Train must coach creativity.
Sullivan and Emily. 3 more points and then they finish.
Oh, that one's
third round.
Gone wide of the post.
That was less than Vonder wonderful there. Just missed.
12 swing error out the back.
Always seems like those final 3 or 4 points are the hardest ones to get, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, tiredness probably going up a little bit through the roof. Maybe for Norway, it's been a intense 40 minutes or so for them and for Germany as well. But rubber goes off the hands. There's another one. They creep their way back, don't they? We're 52 seconds away then from the next pause of play. Shanti, they were all put to the floor this time. Good chance for Belgium this. Belgium also had some chances, some opportunities, but yet to take them. Chance for Van der Vonder. Goes with the jumbo to no avail. Carla Borger, that set's a little bit tight, so she goes with a knuckle.
Knuckle dig to the knuckle drag for the kill. As you mentioned, possible to change tempos and etc. with the knuckle.
Next one for the Germans in the black shirts.
Nice turn, diving into the angle. Norway, well, 7 on the board. I think this is the last point before we time out. Touch, absolutely. Well, Richie, nothing between them all. Well, 5 minutes left, nothing between them all. They're all going through is what I was trying to say. Made a bit of a hash of it all the same. But at the same time, I feel that there's nothing actually between Germany and Norway. I mean, 4 side outs at this time, pretty comfortable for them. They can make that back, especially finding the rhythm and the momentum that they are. Well, Julius, down court side, what do you think? Germany or Norway?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a question about checking my passport, but picking up a good thinking by Rich. Sorry, Louis. It's always the good thinking by Rich. That, I mean, if you have 12, the last 3, you mentioned that they are the most difficult one, and that's true. I mean, they were so up in a run, and now it seems like Germany is about closing the gap. But I believe for sure it's a fight between Norway and Germany, and I think Norway is gonna make it here by closing everything by 15. That's a prediction. How about you?
Thank you, Julius. I mean, Richie, what's your prediction here?
I think if Chantal and Carla get 3 here out of the timeout, they're going to win this.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now they've caught a little bit of fire. God, day 1, session 1, Julius has already given me abuse down there.
What a shot there. Took that low ball and just wrapped it up over the top beautifully.
Yeah, for me now, Germany in cruise control.
Well left, just long there.
I think it's another bit of proof that this is a game where the last 5-6 minutes so important.
Yeah, that's why I'm so curious to see what the side out stats are going to be. Okay, so they only got 2, so I'm off the hook.
Okay, you are off the hook. Chance for Helland-Hansen, Olimstad. This first side out will be very, very important for them. They're going to find a lot of confidence in this first pass. Germany serving, so the battle for the golden ball certainly on here with Carla Borger. Big hammer. There you go. Son of a Helland-Hansen.
Yeah,
brings Norway to 2.
Just a great set from Olimstad, because again, that was one of those tight passes you like, but it was a little too tight, I thought. Olimstad fixing it very, very well.
Swing out the back from Van der Vonder, brings up match point for Norway to take the golden ball. I mean, they've come down here, they've applied themselves absolutely incredibly. Oh, Germany. Okay, Carla Borger just ripping an ace right on cue.
Yeah, just going all or nothing down that sideline and finding all.
Okay. Chance.
Second service mistake.
Well, we're not in the last minute yet. That's when miss serves count. Laboureur. Right side needs this one. Very good. Really like how she sort of played with the line a lot and then comes back cross-body. Good range, good variation from her as well. Carla Borger off the net, but she hits this ball so nice, but handing away from Olimstad. Good fast hands. And another match point, Richie. Second time of asking. This time against Belgium, so a different dynamic. Can they? No. Van der Vonder. Oh, over the top and wide. Norway take the opening session of day 2 of this main draw here in Utrecht of the European finals. What a performance from them, Rich. I mean, Germany led the way the first 2 rounds, but again, as we've said a million times, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish these things. And I thought Norway, great value for the golden ball in the end.
Yeah, they finished very strong. Germany was consistent throughout, though, still putting up double digits in that final round as well. As you mentioned, survival, the main factor there. Golden ball is just a little bit of an extra bonus to take with you to the next round, and Norway will get that bonus.
Yeah, bonus for Norway. I mean, they're becoming very, very experienced in this form of the game, but their progression on the Beach Pro Tour also evident this year.
You had a lot of fun playing the third round?
Yeah, that third round was really good. Because we won.
It's the fans coming in. One more session after this one, and then there's a slight break after that one for the evening session when the lights are on, and obviously the sun has gone down, but clouds in the sky at the moment have certainly become more overcast. I feel that the more Julius talks about the weather down there, the more chance we are of seeing some rain.
Same story we had yesterday with the Swiss girls. Take care. Another chance. Another one. Perfect. Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Well, smiles
And we need
for
Team Norway.
Norway, as it looks like we're almost ready to hand down to Julius, but
Next appointment. Thanks a lot.
there is the golden ball. That means that Norway can have a replay of a point in the next round.
Okay, yeah.
And it sounds like Julius is ready for us down there with the Norwegian girls.
So it seems like you started easy, getting into the rhythm, let Germany taking over the show, and then when it counts, you actually kick back. Was that the plan for today, to just make it count when it really counts?
I think we just tried to get every point we can, and in the beginning we did some mistakes that we shouldn't do, but in the end we were really tight in our game and it worked for us.
And watching you, I could see that little glimpse in that eyes. How much was it important to finish it up by 15 as Germany took over the show again?
It was really nice to finish it, but it's always, you maybe get a bit lazy when you're ahead like 8 points, so we needed to really like finish it. So it was kind of good that they came and pressured us, because then we got it together.
Yeah, could be queen of the court also be a good practice to score match points at the end?
For sure, it's about being in the moment and taking our chances. So yeah, it's a good practice for us to play this game.
Okay, so good rest, enjoy Utrecht, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
excellent performance from all three of those teams. And our other two teams, still alive, got to battle it out though. Long road to come back.
Long road for the playoffs, top three teams through to the quarterfinals. Then that's all we've got time for the time being. We're going to be back very, very soon with the men's competition. But for myself, Louis, Rich, and Julius, rest of the team working very, very hard behind the scenes. It's goodbye for now, and we'll see you again very, very soon.